Hey, and welcome to Cigars and Spiritual. I'm your guy, Reuben Ellis, and my twin brother,
Rob Ellis.
We are the host of Cigars and Spiritual, and we have some amazing things for you today. We want you to know that if you just do a few things, it's going to be even better. You got to like, comment, and subscribe. If not right now, and we hope you do, you got to make sure you do it before this show is over with. And we'll remind you a little bit later. Also, you make sure you click on the notification bell, and that always is a pleasure for us. And again, all of these things guide you to some serious merch that we have. And you're going to enjoy that, of course, from none other than Detroit Certified. Right, Rob?
Yes, sir.
We're always going to give out some of that, right?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be a part of that. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Without further ado, Rob, man, listen. There's a whole lot been going on.
Ooh.
Come on, man.
A lot, man.
There's a whole lot been going on.
A lot.
And so, you know, we're from Detroit, of course. You know that, I know that, and most know that, but others may not know that.
Right.
And and we do all things Detroit, no doubt.
Yup.
Our heart beats for Detroit and with Detroit.
Yup.
Motown. Mm-hmm. And so music is always going to be within the fabric of our lives.
Yup.
You know, singing, in every part and portion of music, you know, it's in our lives, and we're about Motown.
Yeah.
So I remember once we did a show. The show was about Motown music, and we asked, or in the show we talked about what was Motown about, and we brought up. You asked me the question, or vice versa. I can't remember, but I do recall you us talking about what was our favorite, or who was our favorite Motown back in the day, Motown person.
Yeah.
And so I recall, if I recall, I'm sure it was Marvin Gaye, because Marvin Gaye meant a lot to me. And Stevie Wonder was a close run-up or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, and yours was Stevie. That's right.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. So Marvin Gaye had this song that I believe, man, that was so relevant. It's so relevant to today
now,
right? To what's happening right now in our lives. And if he sang that song,
I think I know the song you're going for. That's why I think I know.
You do?
I think I do.
And what's that song?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, man.
And Rob,
yeah.
to that point, okay, or to that, point you just brought up, the fact that you knew what it was.
Yeah.
The song was What's Going On. Mm-hmm. Man, Robert, tell me, man, what's going on?
Rube?
In this world today, or, let me add to it, what in the hell is going on? What's going on?
Rube, I'll be honest, I've been around a little bit. I've been around a little bit, man, and I haven't seen times like this. I don't think in my lifetime. There's been some, in the 80s when I was younger and stuff like that, some stuff was happening, but now, it's like crazy. We always say that, right?
Right.
Every generation, every few years, 10 years, we say it's crazy going on. But I truly believe that it's just, it's hard to explain what's happening. There's so much going on.
You care to give give me an illustration by way of what is really going on.
Man, we got division in our country.
Example.
Politics.
But what example? Give me an example. Okay, I'll go, because I'm gonna tell you. Look, okay, the wars that's going on. Marvin sang the song. Okay, and if Marvin was here today, and he's not, but he is here by way of his song.
Yep.
God, what's going on? And Rob, he talks about war. Okay, and literal war, right? And we're smack dab in the middle of two of them. That impacts our lives and impacts the globe, if you will. Fact, because it's involving two major countries when it comes down to the landscape of the world, and as it pertains to geopolitical, social issues of our day. What is going on, Rob?
I don't know, man. I don't even think it's gonna, even before we even can wrap our brain about what's going on over in the Middle East right now, I think it's other stuff on the horizon too. Some other stuff that's about to break out. and it's gonna be. It's almost like it's gonna be. It's a trend or something that's going on as far as wars and stuff. I don't know. There's a part of me said that this whole Middle East thing is gonna just get crazy, till we might not even be able to. It's gonna be like almost. It might even spark World War II, because it'll go beyond the Middle East.
Okay.
And then you start talking Iran back in, Hezbollah, and the Palestinians. You might have Iran backing them, and then you got Hezbollah backing Hamas, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so that could get out of control. And then now you got America having to defend Israel. Then you got Russia probably going to defend, Iran.
Well, okay, but see,
a whole bunch of
you got a whole lot of stuff going on, and to be honest with you, like we can only know so much, right? I mean, like the United States government's not telling us, shh, you know what I'm saying? They ain't telling us nothing.
No,
they're not.
Might not even want to know, beyond.
Right. So what we gather is from information from news sources, and they ain't telling us the right things all the time, right? And so now it's all left up for us to try to get information and find out whether it's the true source. Get to the true source to give us information on what's going on, because I don't know what's going on.
Well, I know,
and to be honest with you,
a lot of people dead. I know that much on both sides.
Huh?
There's a lot of people dead right now. Families, the collateral damage, the fallout.
But Rob, I ain't gonna lie to you. Regardless of who's right or wrong, when it comes down to their political or social views, when it comes down to
Rube.
But you can't go beheading people, and you can't go. These atrocities, when it comes down to, I'm hearing that they're raping and women and kids, and I saw pictures of bullet riddled babies, riddled, whichever one says is riddled, rattled, whichever one you call it, right?
But out here, what I don't want us to do is just assume the people out there know what's going on. As far as the fight, what's the fight all about? What I'm saying? You got these two races or these two, group of people fighting, and a lot of people, I don't think most people don't even understand why they're fighting and why it's so volatile and why it's so. We've got to the point where you're seeing all this.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty.
So, I mean, break it down a little bit.
No,
man.
it's nasty.
Over there?
Well, look,
it's history.
Well, yeah, and I asked you the question, what's going on, because I'm straight up on the real. I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. I can kind of see some stuff that I can assume that might be going on altogether and based upon history, but it's still, it's so complex. It's complicated too. So it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
And so it's easy for me to, I don't even want to get political with this, right?
It's not.
Right. Well, but it can easily go political.
No,
people, go take it political.
I guess what I'm saying, Reuben, is that what I'm saying.
Hamas, they are a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Right? And I think people know that.
So what's the fight about? What's the fight about?
It's the fight is from my knowledge, okay? The fight is about, it's a family fight.
It's a strip.
They're
fighting for this land, this property.
Well, right? Yeah, but I'm going a little further. I'm going a little further than that. But they're definitely fighting over land,
right?
Okay, and they're fighting over the same land, and Jerusalem, okay, is the main spot. Right. But all of that, Israel, that space, they're saying, okay, that's theirs. Right. They're fighting over that. Both of them are saying it's theirs.
Right.
Okay, and they cannot agree to live together with it. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so it goes way back. It goes way back, and they will even say it goes back thousands of years, right? I mean, that's what people. Yeah. That's what. And you know what?
Thousands of years.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just being, because I'm. So this is the thing. Is deep. But what I'm saying, in spite of all of that, we still should come to the conclusion as human beings, you cannot do this. Now, I understand that some people, they just live certain ways culturally.
Yeah.
And they act a certain way based upon events. And they grow up learning to live a certain way based upon what's going on in their own life, whether things have happened because of them or not, right? I understand all of that, right? But who does that? That's animalistic. So, and my heart bleeds for the families that I'm talking about the starters of it all, with how it all started, right? Because after that, it's retribution. It's okay. I'm sorry. I know that this is not right, but my emotions are everywhere after that point. Like if somebody did something to you, what would you do?
Yeah.
You feel me? Right. Now you don't just fight back. You don't get even. Right? And you don't care about babies or anybody else after that point. Right. Maybe, I'm saying, right?
Right.
And I just hope that we come to a point where we figure this thing out before we kill each other.
Right.
I mean, because it looks like it won't be long unless we figure this out really quick. That's just what you think?
I think it's going to get catastrophic. I think it's going to get to a place where it's very possible to get totally out of control. Like I said, these people have been fighting for thousands of years over this little property, small properties. It's small. What they call the Gaza Strip, this little strip. But some people left Lebanon, this strip of property, which is 24 miles long and 7 miles wide. That's small, but it's like, would house like 2 million people living in this.
They say about the size of who you mean? Oh, you mean on the Gaza Strip?
Yeah, the Gaza Strip only like 2 million.
But not the Israel side of Gaza.
No.
You're talking about the Palestine side of Gaza. The whole strip, even though it's parceled out between them.
Yeah,
it's not one side's all or nothing.
Most of it's owned by the Muslims or the Palestinians. Okay, all right. I'm saying, but right. So right. Okay, all right. But they have it. They possessed it, and Israel came and took what they got now. The part they had some years back ago. But what I'm saying is so they're fighting over this little property, who they both say that they're the inheritance of it. That's their property. That property was part of their heritage, and you know what I'm saying. And so, thousands of years ago, they've been fighting about this, kind of like the Hatfields and the McCoys, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
So,
right.
Like
that's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
When you bring it to a southern illustration
here in America.
Yeah, in America, West Virginia. Yeah, Virginia.
It's
like that. So these people are fighting, and they're fighting.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I loved it.
The Hatfields and the McCoys.
Yeah, I love it. Kevin Costner.
Costner. I didn't see it though.
It was amazing.
Really?
Really good.
I mean, and so do you find some parallels? You see some parallels?
Oh yeah.
Like what kind of parallels you see?
People fighting for property. People fighting for space.
For space and power.
Yeah, I mean,
power, possession.
Our history. We ain't got to get into that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, so these people are fighting like this, and so you have a group of people, these Palestinians, who are fighting to keep their land. So they attack. So most people don't understand the Palestinians, the race of people who live, the Muslims that live on the Gaza Strip, that control, I think it's the northern part of that. See, these people are good people. They're good people. It's not. Right. It's this terrorist group, a faction, that broke off, and they started a terrorist group. No, 20, 30 years ago, and they're getting stronger and stronger. They're a terrorist organization. They do not represent the people of Palestine.
No,
people don't understand that.
That's fair, and I think a lot of people. I do think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do understand it, but is it far too many that don't? And there's a lot of people that are complicit in the whole thing.
And those people,
but you know what? But
evil.
Right. But two wrongs don't make a right. Look, see.
Right.
So it's easy. Right. So we get caught up in that who's wrong, who's right, and that's never ever going to bring about a solution. I mean,
never.
So Ukraine's going through the same kind of. Well, Ukraine and Russia are battling.
Yep.
Okay, and it's crazy stuff going over there too, right?
Kind of the same distance.
I mean, right, and everybody's beefing over property, over space, right, and land.
Yeah.
But it's always got some kind of religious undertone in it.
Always.
Isn't that amazing?
Almost always.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
People will fight for their religion more than they will for anything else.
Whether it makes sense or not.
Yeah, that's what makes religion. That's what makes religion many times so dangerous.
Right.
Because people will do some really atrocious things and some really nefarious, evil, demonic stuff for the protection of their religion or for the stance on their religion and what they believe in. It's kind of crazy. And I ain't saying it's not usually really about God. It's about the way we believe.
So what's the answer, Rob?
Marvin got the answer.
What did he say?
He's talking in the song. I think the reference
He
is
said love.
love.
Marvin said love is the answer.
Right.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Stevie said love is the answer in love, in his song.
But do you turn the other cheek when you get?
Well, no, love is not weak or anything like that, and so I feel you, because see, the other side is saying, okay, you telling me to walk in love, and I got my beef about how they treat me and my family and the bombs and all this other stuff, and I feel you, right? So it's easy for me to say love is the answer. I get that, and that's why it makes it so tough, because put me in them positions. I don't really know how I would be able to handle that. I don't. Yeah. And I don't think nobody does. No, like, we could say what we would like to, but either position, whether you're in the Palestine side or Israel side, I don't think anybody, because I've talked to a lot of people on both sides, and they don't want war.
I know.
Right? They don't want war. They don't want war.
Don't.
But when you got somebody in the mix, throwing cocktails, if you will, doing more than that, we know what they've done. I don't even want to talk about what they've done. It's sickening.
Yeah, it is.
It's sickening.
It is.
And it gets bad. It gets bad when you see a grown man, beg, okay, the enemies, to beg the hostage takers, to beg the savages, please don't hurt my daughter. Please don't hold my children. Please. I mean, he's begging. He has lost all of his sense of dignity. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he didn't care. Yeah. He said, take my dignity.
It's sick.
Okay, and then to think about that. So that man's life is over with, in my opinion, unless God helps him. And I'm not saying that everything is hopeless for him. Sure, but Rob, I mean, if you were to get in that man's position, try to feel that, think about that a minute.
I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, and they take his wife and kids and daughters young, and you know what they're doing, and they are being just, you know this.
You're raping them.
And now this man is begging them. He said, I don't want no harm. I want no harm.
Decapitating son.
Yeah, I mean, if your children, so you feel what I'm saying? So all the arguments about, what about them at this point? It's kind of like, at this point, things were, I guess, festering over. I know they were. And the other side decided, ugly folks, decided we're going to get them and create this mess. I don't even know. It's hard. Look, I don't even want to try to explain why they do anything and why people do what they do. There's a movie that was out a long time ago, I believe it was called, it was a book, The Evil That Men Do.
You can't explain
right?
evil.
You can't explain it. So I'm not going to, because otherwise I look like a sympathizer.
Because evil never makes sense.
Right.
Look here, my thing is this, and I'm certainly not a sympathizer, okay, for the people. What I'm saying is that I want people to understand, and sometimes I feel like people don't understand, that the people of Palestine, they're not the one that orchestrated that sneak attack that are perpetrating these atrocities like rape and decapitation. The Palestinian people are loving people. It's this crazy terrorist group in the name, okay, of in the name of
Palestinian people,
of Allah, in the name of Allah and the Muslim faith, which the Muslim faith don't teach that crap, okay, and the people. Law-abiding, good Muslim people, they do not They don't even, they don't believe in that.
I agree.
But you have these people becoming the face of the people of Palestine.
Bad.
And that's what I don't like.
And so then when they become the face of it, it becomes a distraction to what's really, really going on in the plight of those people. Their plight. It becomes a distraction. Okay, from what is really going on. Okay, and what is really going on is that these people are they're in a position, okay, that they're bound. They're camped out, right? They're caged, if you will. Okay, the Palestinian people as a whole. Right. I feel that. I do, man. And what's going on right now, I feel it. It's hard to compartmentalize.
I know.
It's very hard.
I know.
Because, you know what I'm trying to say? So, but I will say this, because I can't explain it, but I will say this. I've listened and talked to both sides a lot.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Palestinian people and Israeli people that are here in America, that have no family people. I mean, I listen to them.
Yeah.
And what's funny is both sides are just so broken about it. They just are tore up. I mean, because I hear them from both sides, both of them saying, we don't want this.
Nobody wants that. Nobody
I hear them say, nobody said, we don't want this. We don't want this. So both sides are saying, we don't want this. But there is something that's keeping them from coming together so that this doesn't happen again. But we know, based upon history, it will happen again. That's what's crazy, Rob. It will happen again.
Here's the thing.
It almost seems fatalistic, but I'm talking to the people that are in the stuff, right? Family. Yeah. And they're saying it's going to happen again. That's when you know. But they don't want it to happen again. They're like, what's this going to happen again? I mean, they're depressed so on both sides. It's
let's
sad.
Bring that home. Let's bring that home to America. And to America, you know, the majority of the people in this country, and you know that, good law-abiding people don't subscribe to the crap that's going on, but it's that little section who are most rabid, most animated,
that gives us a bad name,
and most motivated to do evil, do this crazy stuff, and then over in other countries they're looking at it like that's America. That's not America. That's a group of Americans who are almost controlling the system,
the narrative,
America, making us all like we're bad. I'm a decent American. My neighbor's good, decent American.
Right, they're all over the place. I agree.
But you get this little group,
right,
and they look and make us look bad. And that's kind of the same thing.
And some of that group is in politics. Some of that group is in entertainment, and some of them in Hollywood. Some of them in Wall Street. Some of them are in the White House. Some of them are all over. Some of them they're all over the place, right? Right. And so that is a great point you made.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess that is a good way of lightening such a tragic issue.
It is.
That's the best I can do. That's the best we can do, probably, right?
It is.
But not point the finger at America when we need to address what's happening in these places.
No.
But because we're all lost for words.
But we do need to clean around our own front door. 100%. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about it too, is that these people, these people are going to keep doing this stuff. Yeah. Until they're annihilated. Now, is the answer cutting out the cancer? Do you allow the cancer?
But it's impossible for somebody to be not annihilated over there without somebody bigger being annihilated for allowing that smaller person to be annihilated.
Oh, of course.
So that means it doesn't stop in Israel. So if Israel annihilates anybody, or vice versa, okay, I see. Okay, now somebody else, our adversary, saying now. Okay, no, you can't do that because now you dominate. No, I'm saying
eye for eye right now. Israel, and I understand it. They're talking about eye for an eye.
I mean,
but who was that said?
I hear. I wish there was a better way, but I don't know the way, Robert, fully. It's easy for me to say, right? I can't say what they should do.
I know.
You know what I'm saying, say, Robert? All I can say is what I wish they would do.
Yeah.
But I know that mine is a pipe dream.
No,
I mean, love.
Yeah.
Love.
No,
Who wants to talk about love when these things just happen on either side, but let's say when it starts one way, and now it's on the other side. Neither side wants to hear love.
No, I know.
It's hard, not right now.
But somebody needs to remind us whether we want to hear it or not, and whether it's tough to hear and tough to understand. But I will say this too, like I think it was Dr. King that said, you can't, I'll paraphrase, you cannot annihilate, you can't get rid of hate with hate. It just can't happen. That's the reason why we have
people hate each other in relationships all the time.
Yeah,
Robert, and to the
can't
point.
get rid of hate.
Well, no, but I mean, so let's just lighten it up, because what happened in Ukraine, I mean, what happened in Israel and in Palestine, and what happened in Israel and Palestine, we've already felt the pain of Ukraine in the Russia war, right? Russia-Ukraine war. But this one is more fresh.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to get away from that a little bit. Maybe we still talk in some way about it and stay in that space to a little bit. But so let's change gears slightly. Okay. So to that point about relationships, like people, they divorce each other, and you tell me they don't want to kill each other.